Welcome to another episode of Tsene. My name is Zinhle Mkrweqana, and today we continue with this topic of seasonal changes. For the past few weeks, my colleagues have looked at the different mental illnesses related to seasonal changes and have discussed SAD quite extensively. So today we're going to take a different angle in the topic of seasonal changes. So it's a different season. It might not be the beginning of the year, and we're in the last quarter of the year. But I believe it is a perfect time for us to just reflect on how far we've come. So remember, in the beginning of the year, we had a video where we were talking about how to plan effectively, create goals for yourself for this year. So I think this is a perfect time for you to go back to that list that you created in the beginning of the year. Hopefully you did write it down, and if you didn't, I'm sure there are certain things that you remember that you had planned to do for the year. So once you go back to that list and firstly begin by checking out the things that you've been able to accomplish so far. So if you look at the things that you've been able to do or have been able to achieve so far, you can just tick them off your list. Also, you can also add some of the things that maybe you've been able to accomplish, and initially they were not even part of your plans, but it's things that you're so proud of for yourself for being able to do them. So you go back to that list, you tick them off, and then you add the things that you think, great, I was able to achieve this, although it was not part of my plan. So that will be your motivation list now. And then you go back to that list and look at some of the things that you weren't able to achieve. So that is not to demotivate you, but that is to help you and I to ensure that this last quarter of the year is the best part of the year, and just to ensure that we can still achieve the things that we really wanted to do at the beginning of the year, and we can close off with a bang. So you go back to that list and you take out the things that you weren't able to achieve this year, and you just create a new list for them. And I think also another thing that might be helpful is look at the reasons. Write down the reasons next to those things. Write down the reasons why you're not able to achieve them. For example, if maybe time was the issue, write it down and you try and look at what other things that you can do to make sure that to manage your time better this time. For example, I believe if you're not a morning person, it is only fair that you do not start your list or your plans in the morning, so that you don't set yourself up for failure. Because at the end of the day, when you set goals, it is important that we set them up for us, accustomed to our schedules and just accustomed to your life, so that at the end of the day you can be able to achieve exactly what you want to do. So now that list is done, you've written down the things you weren't able to achieve, and you've also added the things that made you not achieve it, and next to that you've added how can you do or make sure that, or what are some of the things you're going to do to make sure that you overcome the challenges you experience in terms of meeting or reaching those goals. And again, when all of that is done, you take that list, you hang it up, put it in your favorite spot in your room, put it in your favorite spot in your kitchen, wherever you can, and just keep both of those lists up to just continuously motivate yourself, so that you know that the other list will remind you how far you've come, and the other list will be a reminder of what are some of the things that you still need to do for the year. It's a season change, and I believe it is a perfect time to make changes, so that the end of this year becomes the best time of this year. Thank you for watching, and remember, it is always important to be kind to yourself.